So first we'll start with the heartline. Alright. So as you can see, the heartline is curving up. So he had a very sentimental personality and a very kind heart. And also you see that it's ending between Jupiter and Saturn, and this is set by Bounce to be the ideal location for the hardline to end, because it shows that the person is balanced between practicality and love. So he's not too much carried away by emotion, and not too much carried away by logic. He has a balanced personality. Adding to this fork, it means that he was lucky in love, and of course he found his true love and married her. So that's also a good sign. Then you can see the headline. So the headline is very interesting. It's extremely straight. So he was very practical. Even with a sentimental heartline, his actions were very practical. That's why he succeeded in arranging marches and giving speeches. And you also see an interesting factor here, that the lifeline is separate from the headline at the start. So this means that the person was born with an independent thinking. The people with these type of headline and lifeline separated at the start want to become independent as soon as possible. They don't want to depend too much on their family, especially in their early age. And they're quite independent minded and very confident uh, during their early childhood. And as we can see, from the age of 12 or even younger than that, he was a brilliant singer. And at the age of 12 or 13, he participated in school debates, so there was no shortage of confidence in his personality. All right, moving on. So we can see the lifeline is breaking at certain points. So it's breaking once here and once here, even though a new line is overlapping it here. So there are a lot of breaks on the lifeline, which mean health problems, lifestyle changes, and so on and so forth. So this one is at 25. At the age of in 20 or in the early 20s. Also, there's one interesting line here. We can see that there's one line which is connecting the headline and lifeline from here. So what happens is, when this happens, that means that person has lost a family member or a friend who were very close to them. So his grandmother died, and when he heard of that, he attempted to commit suicide. So this line here, and with the lifeline also missing here, led to his depression at that age, because as you see, this line is going up, and then this line is ending. So this line meant that a person died, his grandmother, then he fell into a depression during the time this lifeline was cut. It's continuing, so that means that he recovered. Also interesting to note is that when a lifeline ends and another one begins, that means that the person has achieved so much success that when this lifeline starts, he lives a more luxurious lifestyle. So it is true that if you see that this lifeline is cutting at the age of 40. So at 39 he was assassinated, but at that time he had become extremely successful. So had he lived beyond that point of 39, his 40s were going to be excellent for him. He was going to live beyond his means. But what happened was, when he was killed, that chance of that happening ended. So even though you can't tell death by looking at the bomb, this could be marked as a sign of fatality. But again, if he had survived, he would have lived very well. So there's that. Also, let's look at other signs. So yeah, so the fate line, it is starting from the mount of moon, as you can see here. All right. Also, it's continuing till here. Then being cut here. So many poems also suggest, some suggest that sorry, the line got cut. Here you see that the line is ending before touching the heartline and being cut. So when the fed lines don't proceed further from a point, some say that it marked his death at 39 because this is the point from 35 onwards after the headline. So some points suggest that maybe it was a sign of death, but again we cannot tell. Just like here, the lifeline is ending, so it's not a surety. Also, if you see a good single sunline, so that means, and it's very hard. So he obtained fame in one line of work, which was, of course, his civil rights movement. So that's also a very favorable sign. I also see a sign, two signs actually. One is the line going upwards in Jupiter, and then we see this star. So again, when we have a star on Jupiter like this, it means struggle in life. But the latter part of life, in the 30s, shows that the person has achieved a lot, and even though he is born in a humble position, he gains a very strong position in the 30s. Then we see this line going all the way till Jupiter, till the Jupiter finger. So this means it's a line of success, and it usually means success in governmental position, success in politics, and so on and so forth. So he changed his movement, changed a lot of the amendments, a lot of the rights which were in the law of America. So this is definitely a success line, and the star is helping him, or has helped him in his ambition. So this is also a very good sign. So there's that. All right. So this was the poem of Martin Luther King Jr., which shows a very kind personality owing to his awesome full heartline and also low set thumb. And a good Jupiter, Mars, and Venus mounts. So this means this person was very generous, very nice, and as you see that the lines on the palm are simple. So that means that the person was very simple. He wasn't dual-minded, wasn't heartless, and was and actually cared for the people and wasn't after money. Because one more interesting thing to note is whenever you see the line coming, the fed line emerging from the mountain moon, so this means that the person, he succeeds only through the advice and support and approval of others. So many politicians, actors, singers, anyone who has to be accepted by society will have a line coming from the fed line emerging from the mountain moon. So it's no surprise that his also emerged from here. And usually when you see this line, they achieve success in their 30s, and of course his 20s were met with obstacles, but his 30s were excellent up until the day he was assassinated. So I hope you enjoyed this reading of Martin Luther King's poem. Uh, any questions, leave in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you have a very nice day.